Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how you can use and apply the cosine rule. Various different triangles you can use it for, and then we're going to work through 15 questions together. 5 easy, 5 medium and 5 hard questions. In this video we're going to be going through several examples using the cosine rule. We're going to use some easy examples, some medium examples where we start to move on to find the angle, and then some harder examples. You have to remember what the cosine rule is, and that is a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos a. And when we are labelling sides and when we are labelling angles, it is all about the opposites. So if this side here is A, then this angle here is A. If this side here is B, then this angle here is B, B, B. And if this side here is C, then this angle is C, C, C. So from this, we can start to put numbers in the equation. Here is B, so that is our B. So we have 40 squared plus C here, 33 squared minus 2 times, I'm going to put this in brackets, 2 times B times C times cos of A here, because this is a capital and this is a capital, cos 32, and that is going to be equal to A squared. Putting all of that into your calculator will give you an answer of 450, and it is really important you don't clear your calculator and just do the square root of 450. You need to do the square root of the answer. That gives us a value for A of 21. For this, we're going to be using the same equation. A squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos A. Now, you'll notice on our triangle that we've got B labelled here. Do not worry about this. There are 2 ways that we can deal with this. Now, we need to find the side where we have the corresponding angle. So we need to find side A and we have angle A. Here we have side B and we have angle B. There are 2 ways we can deal with this. We can rewrite the equation so that it is b squared, and all I'm doing is swapping over A and B, equals a squared plus c squared minus 2 times swapping A and B times c cos swapping A and B, B. Or you can relabel the triangle. So this is no longer B, this is going to be A. Here is going to be A, we can call this one B, which makes the angle B. We can call this one C, which makes the opposite angle C. So you can either swap things around in the equation, or you can just relabel your triangle. Personally, I find relabeling the triangle easier, because then you don't have to worry about the equation. The important thing is the side that we are trying to find is opposite the corresponding angle that we're trying to find. So as long as these 2 match up, we're going to be okay. Now we can start putting numbers into our equation. So a squared equals b squared, 116 squared plus c squared, 91 squared minus 2 times b, 116, times c, 91, times cos A, cos 56. So a squared equals, and that is 9,931. Remember, that is a squared, so we need to square root it to get a, and when we square root it to get a, our answer is going to be 99.7 centimetres. Same equation again, a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos a. Now we are lucky in this one because a is already in the right place. This is a, and we can call this one b, so the opposite angle is b. This side can be c, so this angle can be c. And we can start putting numbers in. A squared equals b squared, b is 55 squared, plus c squared, so plus 50 squared, minus 2 times b, 55 times c, 50 times cos a, cos 57. A squared is equal to 2,529. We need to square root that to get a, and that will give us an answer of 50 centimetres. Same equation again, a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos a, and you'll notice that we have b here, but we have the angle opposite b, and what we need to find is the side opposite the angle that we're using. So all I'm going to do for this is just take this and recall this one a, and that a, this one b. The opposite angle to that is b, that's c, and the opposite angle c. So a squared equals b squared, b is 60 squared, plus c, 106 squared, minus 2 times b, which is 60, times c, which is 106, times cos a, and a is 32. Giving us a value for a squared of 4,048. Remember, keep that number in your calculator and then square root the answer, which is going to give us an answer of 64 centimetres. A squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos a. Again, we've been given the value of b here and the corresponding angle to it. We need to find the side where we're given the corresponding angle. So what I'm going to do is just take that, relabel that as a, that is our angle a. I'm going to call this one b, and I'm going to call this one c. For the moment, it doesn't matter which way round you're calling sides b and c. So we have a squared equals b squared, so 47 squared, plus c squared, c is 80 squared, minus 2 times 80 times 47 times cos of our angle a, which is 58. A squared equals 4,624. We can then square root the answer, giving us a value of 68 centimetres for A. Moving on to slightly different ones now, slightly harder, where we have to find the angle and we are given all of the sides. So it is exactly the same equation. A squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos a. Now, just like in the last one, we want to focus on finding the side or the angle where they correspond. And this is B, and we have B. Now, to make our lives easier, I'm just going to rename that one A. I'm going to call that A, I'm going to call that one B, and I'm going to call that one C, just to make our lives easier. Now, there are two ways you can deal with this, because we are no longer looking for the A equals, we are looking for A, which is over here tucked in the equation. You can put the values in first and then rearrange, or you can rearrange and then put the values in. My personal preference is to put the values in and then rearrange, but that is just my personal preference. I'm going to show you both ways to do it. So we have A squared. A is 33.5 squared equals B squared, 22.4 squared, plus c squared, so it's plus 40 squared minus 2 times b, 22.4, times c, which is 40 times cos a. We can start to tidy some of these numbers up. So 33.5 squared is 1122.25. That is equal to b squared, so that's 22.4 squared, 501.76, plus 40 squared, which is 1600, minus 2 times 22.4 times 40, so that is minus 1792 times cos a. Tidying it up a bit further, 1122.25 equals 2101 minus 1792 cos a. I can then take this over to the other side, giving us minus 978.75 equals minus 1792 cos a. Because these multiply together, and this is what I need to find, I can now divide by this. Because we divided minus by minus, we get a positive value, and that is 0.55. Now please keep this answer in your calculator and do not clear it and put the answer in. We can then do shift cos answer, giving us a value for a of 57 degrees. Again, a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos a. And again, we have not a labelled as our angle, so I'm just going to change that. I'll change that to a, which means corresponding side is a, that is b, and that is c. Now I'm going to show you a different way to the way that I did it before. I'm going to rearrange the equation, and then I'm going to put the numbers in. This bit here is the bit that we want to get on our own. So we can take these over to this side, and then we can divide by this bit. So we are going to end up with a squared minus b squared minus c squared equals minus 2bc cos a. And then we can divide by the minus 2bc, so we have a squared minus b squared minus c squared divided by 2bc equals cos a. You may be more familiar with this as cos a equals b squared plus c squared minus a squared over 2bc. Both will work. We can start putting some numbers in now. So a squared, 58.2 squared minus b squared, 40.9 squared minus c squared, 32.7 squared divided by minus 2 times b times c. We can tidy it up, so 58.2 squared is 3387.24. 40.9 squared is 1672.81. 32.7 squared is 1069.29 divided by minus 2 times 40.9 times 32.7 gives us minus 2674.86, giving us 645.14 divided by minus 2674.86. That is equal to minus 0.24. So that equals cos a. We can then do inverse cos, and we will get a value for a which is equal to 104 degrees. Same equation again, and this time I'm going to go back to plugging the numbers in before rearranging, As before, I'm going to change the labelling, so this is A, the corresponding one is A, and then for B and C it doesn't matter which way around they are. So we have A squared 16.2 squared equals B squared 19.6 squared plus C squared 14.9 squared minus 2 times B 19.6 times 14.9 times cos A. Well, we can start to tidy this up. So 16.2 squared gives us 262.44. 19.6 squared 384.16 plus 14.9 squared 222.01 minus 2 times 19.6 times 19.4 584.08 cos A. 262.44 equals 384.16 plus 22.01 gives us 606.17 minus 584.08 cos A. Taking the 606 over to the other side, 262.44 minus 606.17 gives us minus 343.73 equals minus 584.08 cos A. We can now divide by minus 584.08, which will give us 0.59 equals cos A. We can do inverse cos of the answer, giving us A at 54 degrees. Same equation again, except this time I've rearranged it before I'm going to plug you the numbers in, so we can show it to you the other way around. Again, I'm going to change that to A, and that's A, B, and C. So cos A equals B squared, 50.3 squared, plus C squared, 80.0 squared, minus A squared, 2 times B times C. So on the top level we can simplify 50.03 squared plus 80 squared minus 61.3 squared, and we can simplify that to 5,172.4 divided by 2 times 50.3 times 80 gives us 8,048. We can divide those and we will get 0.64 as our value for cos A, and then we can do inverse cos on our calculator and we can get a value for A which is 50 degrees. Same equation again, I'm going to plug the numbers in before rearranging, and you can see this is already labelled A, so we don't have to change any of the sides around. I'm just going to label that A, B and C, just to remind myself, because it is always good to label things, to be a little bit over careful so you don't make mistakes in exams when you are nervous or when you are rushing. So we have 116.1 squared as A equals B 135.8 squared plus C 104 squared minus 2 times B 135.8 times C 104 times cos A. We can tidy that up a little bit to give us 116.1 squared, which is 13,479.21. 135.8 squared plus 104 squared gives us 29,257.64 minus 2 times 135.8 times 104 gives us 28,246.4 cos A. Taking 29,000 over to the other side gives us minus 15,778.43 is equal to minus 28,000 246.4. Cos A, I can now divide by the minus 28,246.4 to give me 0.56 equals cos A, and then I can do inverse of the answer because we don't want to delete things off our calculator to give us a value of 56 degrees for A. Moving on to some different ones now, you can see we have two sides, we have an angle, and we have to find the third side. So we're going to use exactly the same equation, a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos A. Here we have A, this is our angle A, B, C, and we're going to start plugging numbers in. A squared equals b squared, that's 239.8 squared, plus c squared, 173.8 squared, minus 2 times b, which is 239.8, times 173.8 times cos of 41.3. This one you can just type into your calculator, making sure you get your squared and your brackets in the right place. A squared is equal to 25,089. Square rooting that will give us an answer for A of 158.4 centimetres. The same equation again, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the name of this to A. That is A, that is B, and that is C. And I can start plugging numbers in straight away. A squared equals B squared, 175.7 squared plus 178.7 squared minus 2 times 175.7 times 178.7 times cos of 72.7. Again, you can type this one straight into your calculator. So A squared is 44,130. Square rooting that will give us the answer of 210 centimetres for A. Same equation again, that is A, that is B, and that is C, and we can just put the numbers right into that equation. A squared equals B squared plus C squared minus 2 times B times C times cos of 50.2. Plugging all of that into your calculator will give you a value of 28569. Square rooting that will give you a value of 169 centimetres for A. Rearrange the equation already, and if you're a bit more confident in a calculator, then you can start doing this by plugging the numbers directly into your calculator. Just going to relabel the sides. Cos A equals B squared plus C squared minus A squared divided by 2 times B times C. Plugging that in gives us a value for cos A of minus 0.097. Inverse cos of A will give us 95.5 degrees. Again, rearrange the equation so we can plug it straight into our calculator. A, B, C. Cos A equals B squared plus C squared minus a squared times divided by 2 times b times c. Plugging that all into your calculator will give you a value of cos A of minus 0.37. Inverse cos of that will give us 101.8 degrees. Ouch! This is why in some videos I have unexplained scratches.